First you can see the Linux the history. So I already told Linux kernel was invented by the Linus Torvalds. So in 1991 is a Finnish student. So actually it started like a free operating system initially. Now the many people are joining. The community is a very bigger one. So a lot of people are contributing the source code now. So the community is a Linux Foundation current one. Okay. So Linux kernel advantage compared to other operating system, portability. It can support any hardware. It can run Intel, ARM, any type of the architecture it can support, and scalability. It can support. Okay, it can support the different type of the another RAM. Okay, it can support a small RAM to up to high-end memory RAM. Also, it can support small amount of RAM to high-end RAM, and it can support the standards. Okay, a lot of standards can follow. IEEE standards can follow now, and a lot of networking support can follow. Security. Okay, so security point of view, yeah. So Linux is very difficult to hacking because they follow the very strongest encryption decryption algorithms, the very stronger one. So and hacking is very difficult. So they follow the security rules are very strong one compared to other. I think Windows hacking is very easy compared to the Linux hacking. Is very difficult actually. Okay, and that's why most of the bank servers, online transactions are based on the Linux server rather than the Windows server actually. And stability and reliability. So Linux operating system power on today is successfully working the same type of the behavior after 10 years also, 15 years also. So without reboot the system. That is very interesting now. So I think Windows is a, we are people know compulsory we are reboot the system for every 1 month or 2 months. Frequently want to reboot the Windows operating system. Then only the performance is good actually. Linux not like that. Linux is like a the stability is more. So once the power on your system is the same behavior. The power on time, what are the behavior, what are the performance, same performance you can expect a number of years also without rebooting the system. Very interesting thing. Okay.
Can I have a question here? So let's say we are having a kernel version 5 today, and there's a new kernel version 6. Can the kernel be loaded also without any reboot?
Hello, Pawan, tell me again. Hello.
Yeah, so let's say we have a kernel version 5 running on Windows on a Linux distribution,
Okay.
and we want to update that kernel because maybe there is a new kernel available. So can that be done without a reboot of the system?
Yes, it's possible. That is the advantage actually. So it's possible
So
actually.
kernel also can be updated without reboot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Possible.
Okay.
Possible.
Great.
How is possible thing? But maybe you can note down also. That is called a kexec. Is a tool is there. Kexec. Kernel exec is a command is there. With kexec is a possible only. The kexec job like that only. Kernel exec. Without reboot the system, you can change the one kernel to other kernel. It's possible only.
Okay, so if there are any security issues on the kernel, it can be updated without reboot.
Yeah. Actually, no, that is the advantage actually. That is I'm telling about modularity. So you can see the modularity can include only what a system need, even at runtime. So system running time, we can able to add something, remove something. So like that, we can update the versions also. So now 5.0 version, you can update the 5.4, 5.0 to 5.4 without rebooting. The system is on only. Your system is on only, but remove something, add something, remove something, add something. I think your people have some knowledge about version to version actually. So I think Windows 8 to Windows 10 was different. So Windows 8 to Windows 10, the gap analysis, maybe the programmatically some lot of difference will be there. Windows 8 environment, Windows 10, maybe graphically some different. So functionality behind lot of functionality same only. So the front end interface may be different and the back end some small modifications are there. So what happened? Nothing but one version to other version. So they are add the new code, maybe they modify the existing code, maybe they delete the existing code also. So the version to version in the gap analysis, three things happen only. Okay, now we can see that is the okay, no, yeah. Because the main the so the version to version. So the first thing is like this called a gap analysis, version to version actually. The first difference is the new code added the new code, modify the existing code, remove the older code. Okay, now so you can see the difference between one version to other version now. Gap analysis now. For example, Windows 8 to Windows 10, Linux 5.0 to 5.4. So one version to other version, three things are happen only. What happen if you are moving from one version to other version? The new code addition, existing code modified, okay, and the existing code some remove also. The three things are there only: added, modified, remove. Right now, that is also called a patch. Patch. The patch is a technical word. Is a difference between one version to other version only. Right now, I'm using 5.0. I want move 5.4 only. We can apply the patch only. The patch contains 5.4 modification. The modification come in three categories only. So if you are moving the new version, maybe new code addition, they added, existing code modified, new code, older code remove also, remove now. Added, modified, remove. The three categories are there on the gap analysis now. That is also called a patch now. So the patch, how to apply the patch? So that they're talking about modularity. The meaning of modularity, system without rebooting. So load the module, load the module, that is add some new code, remove the older code. Adding, removing, like that. So we are going to change one version to other version without rebooting the system. That is called a modularity now. Modularity, one of the advantage, that we can see now. Modularity, the different actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
The modularity point. Here.
Sir,
And yeah, tell me. Any question?
for Android we have to reboot, right, sir?
So Android is not like that. No, what is Android? Android is like a is not a server now. So this kind of feature only for servers only. Servers only supported now. Okay. If you want, do it like that also. Android also can do it like that also, but there is not a requirement. Okay. So the servers only. There is flexibility because Android is not possible because of Android is a GUI environment is there. Wherever GUI is there is not possible. So these are possibility there only for servers only. That is only for minimal OS. There are no graphical interface. Only the possibility is there actually. It's clear now?
Yes.
Hello? The only for server point of I'm telling about. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, and easy to program. Okay. I think if you are going to set something in the internet, very easy actually. Because in the Linux you have some question, some doubt. We are learning moment. We are stuck up somewhere. You can Google it. You'll get the answer now. So in the lot of documentation, lot of resources are available in internet because many people are working in the Linux. So that is open source code. That's why we get a lot of the inputs immediately. Okay, the Linux advantages now compared to other operating system now. The basic advantage now. And I told Linux license now. Linux is an open source code. The license name is General Public License version 2. Okay, so it's called GNU. So GNU nothing but GNU, not Unix. G nothing but GNU, N nothing but not, U nothing but Unix. GNU. Okay, so you can see the GNU full name. G nothing but okay, GNU, okay, N nothing but not, okay, U nothing but Unix. They are GNU full name actually. So GNU. Again, the name is again recursive now. Again, next time tell about G nothing but GNU, N nothing but not, U nothing but Unix. The name is recursively going on. So GNU is the name of the project. The project introducing for only for Linux supporting point of view. It is not a Unix now. That's why the name is GNU, not Unix. So Linux operating system version basically implemented based on the Unix concept. That moment Unix in the market, the Unix how the behavior, the same way Linux also introducing only. That's why functionality wise both are similar only. But the meaning of GNU, whatever the GNU are providing, those are not for the Unix only. They are especially for the Linux only. They are developing only, especially Linux only. So Unix compiler different to Linux compiler different. Unix development environment different to Linux development environment different. Both are independent actually. The functionality wise same only, but behind the mechanism should be different. That's why the project name is GNU. So without the GNU, there is no Linux actually. Sometimes you can also pronounce GNU Linux. Very nice actually. So the Linux you can pronounce along with GNU, the perfect meaning. because without the GNU, there is no meaning of Linux actually. Both are together actually, together. What is the Linux? Linux is open source code right now. But the source code you want development thing, like you need some compiler code, testing the code, you want some development environment, we do some tools actually. They are coming to GNU project actually, GNU. Very important. So I told the license rules are what? When you can receive any device, when you can buy any device, for example, you buy your mobile phone. Along with the mobile phone, source code is available. Okay, you have the authority to modify the source code and redistribute also. Okay, now the possibility is there. If you want to know, if you provide a mobile phone today, the mobile phone I told software version you can go get to know about the kernel version number. Just now that people are find out the mobile phone your version number. So that version number you can Google and download the kernel.org. And if you want modify also redistributing also possible now. Okay. So tomorrow your company producing some Linux based devices. Okay, that your company have responsibility the same way to without any restriction the code coming to open source also. So they are the Linux open source rules actually. Okay, everyone follow the major rules actually. Okay, okay, you can see now the first statement actually study in Linux. Okay, everything is a file. In Linux, everything is a file only. What is everything? Directory. Okay, normal file anyway, file only, normal regular file, we can call regular file, normal regular file. What are the regular files? For example, maybe regular files are text file, music, pictures like that. Directory, each kind of directory also file only. Directory file, regular file, and shortcut now. Shortcut called symbolic link. Shortcut. A shortcut also called a the file. So in the Windows desktop we have shortcuts now. Yeah, regular file, directory, symbolic link, many things now. And the devices also, character devices, character device file, and the block device file. So most of the devices are character devices only. The meaning of character devices, it can transfer the data character by character only. Best example like a keyboard, mouse, monitor. Okay, many things now. Mouse, monitor, okay, audio device like speaker, mic, sensors. Okay, most of the devices are the character devices only. The meaning of character devices, it can transfer the data character by character, byte by byte only. Block devices, it can transfer data, block more than 1 byte only, block of data. Block device are example is a RAM, memory devices, RAM, hard disk is a block device example. Okay, so the apart from that one, socket is the networking point of networking point of socket name is the named socket. The carrier device, block device separate, networking is separate, networking is socket. Socket also file only, networking point of view. Socket is a communication endpoint. We are discussing coming future. It's very important. Networking point of Linux socket actually. Socket and pipe, named pipe. Pipe is like a pipe one side writing, other side reading. Okay, the very interesting concept pipes actually discussing coming future. Pipe is also called a named socket. So Linux, everything is a file. What do you mean of everything? Regular file, directory, symbolic link, shortcut, character device file, block device file, socket, file. Everything is a file now, Linux now. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, so the Linux file system structure. Okay, the Linux file system structure is for the root file system hierarchy. It's called RFS, root file system hierarchy. So the meaning of root file system, Linux start from the root onwards, the root now. Start from begin the root now. Is called the slash. Okay. forward slash, the forward slash now. The slash indicate, okay, the starting position of the Linux now, the root. You can also call the root now, the beginning position on it, root now, okay. Now that tree have main root is there, main branch, okay. So the root, the beginning position actually. Linux start the, like a tree format, like a beginning position. From sub branches will be there. From beginning here, and have a number of branches are there. So Linux, I think Windows where people have some knowledge. Windows, what happened? Tell me C colon, D colon, like that. C colon is C drive. That is the beginning position of the Windows now. In the C colon, Windows related programs are there. D colon is there, you have storage point of something, generally. D colon, E colon, a number of partition. But C colon is essential now, Windows now. Because the C colon is the beginning position now, Windows. The C colon, Windows files, system files, something. No, that are very important files actually. Those files by mistake don't remove. Where people know by mistake we remove the file, we are always unable to boot in now. Similarly, Linux start from the year, no C colon, D colon, everything begin here now, begin here. From year 2 we have some set of folders are there. Every folder have some commitment, some purpose is there actually. So beginning here only, the starting file name is a boot. Yeah, boot is there, boot. What the boot? So the boot is a folder contain the kernel images now. So that image is required at the time of boot bring up time. Like whenever power on, I think BIOS is a first running program. BIOS find out the kernel image next to our operating system image. That is Windows also, Linux also. So boot contain the kernel images now. Kernel images are contained now. So and one more is coming to the bin folder. Bin contain the user commands now. Example of user commands like a ls command, copy command. Okay, we study commands one by one actually. So ls command, copy command, like that now. The commands are located now. You type ls command, how it works? Ls is a binary file, is located in the bin folder. That's why the name bin, binary. So user commands now. Okay. So user commands are what? Generally we are running mkdir, create a folder, remove the directory, copy, movement, file operation. You are using the regular commands actually. No? Those are the file operation commands. No, the many commands are available. Process management commands, signals, like a lot of commands are there. Okay, they are all coming to bin folder. Regular we are using. That we are discussing coming. So and one more folder is there. Sbin is there. Sbin. Bin is a normal user actually. Sbin is a system bin. The meaning of system bin, administration user, administrator right now. So system bin. Admin commands are there. Normal commands are different, admin commands are different. Yeah, admin commands now, admin. For example, so what I'm telling you example, so I'm logging my username Kishore. I'm a normal user now. But my system, not only Kishore, one more user is there. The other user is a administrator, admin now. So admin login different, normal user login different. Normal user, there's no permission to install a software. Admin user can install a software also, can control the system also possible. For example, in the office especially, administrator compulsory now. So whenever one employee joins the company, they are assigned some username and given a system to the employee. So whenever employee left the day from the company, remove the user now. So the employee is already creating and deleting the job done by the administrator. Okay, so because the system given by other system actually, new employee. Okay, the job who done? Administrator. Administrator is a create a user, delete a user, create a groups. The job done by who? Admin. The commands are different. So in the market, lot of courses are available. Linux administration course, Linux server course. That is different. That is a administration job is totally different. It is not a development actually. Administration people are create a user ID, delete a user ID, maintain the system, maintain the overall system maintenance. Administration job. Okay, normal users are what? Normal users are what? Bin folder. General users are available. Okay, normal regular commands. No, user. Okay, so normal commands are different. Admin commands are different. Admin commands are not going teaching actually. That is not our job actually because we are not administrator. But some commands we are learning anyway. Sometimes we can play the admin role also. So we are discussing some commands actually here. Okay, bin and admin. Next one, home is there. Home is a home folder. People know also Windows home folder. What Windows home folder? C colon users. I think username actually, C:user Kishore. That is a home folder actually. They have basically home folder contain what? Home folder by default, operating system provides some set of folders for you. Those are pictures, music, videos, desktop, documents, downloads. So why there are basic folders actually, some set of folder provided. So if you want documents, document folder, picture, music, desktop, okay, there are provided some set of folder for every user now. N number of users are there, n number of folders are there actually. Okay, so because Linux are Windows for the multi-user environment. So home is the user home directory. So user, okay, user home directory, user home directory. User home directory, home nothing but. So, and one more thing. OPT is there, OPT. In the Windows, where people know also C:program files. There you are install some softwares. The program files contain the whatever software you install now. Go to meeting software, maybe whatever any software install there the program files actually. But in the Linux, if you are installing any software in the Chrome browser or whatever software installation, that is coming to OPT folder. OPT. OPT is called a global software installation path. Okay, global software installation path. Global software installation path. OPT. The meaning of global. So if your software install OPT, that software is visible to all the multiple users now. Kishore user, Ravi user, Ram user, Suresh, all users can collaborate. Everyone can access now. That is global installation. The job will be administration on. Administration only install on. If admin login, administration login is the root now. Administrator username is the root now. If administrator login, we can do the job action now. OPT. Okay. So and one more thing is a user local is there. User local. We call a local software installation path. Local. Okay. So what is the local software installation path? So here is the global. Anybody can able to access the files here. Anybody can use it now. But here is what I mean. Only for particular user only. For example, my Kishore login. I want to install software. That only for myself only, not for other users only. So then I want to install a software here only. The software is visible for myself only. Other user in my system unable to see my software only. So the local software installation, user local, global OPT. And one more thing, software installation time, we can do like some software configuration also. Software configuration, the job done by ETC. ETC contain the software configuration. The meaning of software configuration. So we are configure the software according to your requirement action. The default username and password. For example, your Wi-Fi, the access point is there. You mentioned like a username and password. Once you can say the username and password, next time you don't want the given. Second time automatically connection happen on. Because what happened, Wi-Fi configuration completed on. Wi-Fi configuration very content ETC. So Wi-Fi networking. So the password, your password maintain your own, your system passwords. Okay, and very important actually. ETC is very important actually. And so okay, the software configuration files on here. Software configuration files. Okay, and system configuration also. System configuration also. Software and system configuration. System configuration nothing but as a networking related, password related system configuration. Software configuration but a Chrome browser, Firefox, okay, any Wi-Fi and whatever configuration you're providing also. The software related anything. And the ETC is also useful for like a system startup scripts also. System startup scripts now. System startup script. Whenever system power on time, the startup scripts are there only. Those startup scripts are execute the applications on automatically run the some set of applications are there running. So like that, you have a number of folders are there in the root. Every folder have some commitment is there. That you should have understand first. Okay, then if you understand this one, Linux is very easy for you. It's not a difficult. So now we are really enjoy every day actually. Because the concepts are the backbone information have clearly there. So like that we have a number of folders are there, and one more folder lib is there. Lib is a people know library, nothing but ready-made code actually. Example printf, scanf. So ready-made programs are available library now. Okay, lib container now. Okay, so like that see a lot of the files folders are available, and yeah. Yeah. So and one more also is there. Okay, two more is there. Sys and pros will be there. Pros. Two are there. The pros contain the overall process information. So what are the process? Process nothing but is an execution of a program. For example, I run the Chrome browser. Is a create one process. I want to find out the Chrome browser information because there is some program running. I want to find out the program behavior and then that attitude and something. I can go to pros file list. Sys, okay, the sys is a contain the like the sys information like a okay the hardware device hierarchy information, like that for example your pen drive is there actually USB pen drive. One USB pen drive connected to USB hub, so that information given actually here. So that what kind of information the device hierarchy. The pen drive connected to USB hub is connected to the bus internally, PCA bus, is connected to the microprocessor. The overall communication exactly given now. Okay, some devices are communicate different protocols actually. Some communicate I2C protocol, some are UART protocol, some SPA protocol. Maybe we are discussing coming future. Ultimately hardware information is coming on. Sys contain the hardware description, pros contain the process information. The both are very important actually. Tomorrow as you are becoming a developer programmer, as an embedded software engineer, so we have the two roles. The two are very important for us actually. So coming future we are going to see the pros and sys more detail actually. So like that we have the and one more folder is there. Okay, there is a root folder. Root is a folder, right? Admin home directory. Home is a user home directory. Different is there. Home and Kishore login, my home folder home. Root login. Root is what administrator. So every the Linux, the Linux compulsory admin login is there. That is a root compulsory now. Okay, root. Okay, root is the admin user. Admin home folder. Admin home directory. Admin home directory. Yeah, root also. Like that, we have the everything is some clear indication there. Okay, yeah. So again, you can see. So Linux follow the root file system hierarchy. Nothing but the Linux begins from the root onwards. It's not like a C colon like a Windows D colon like that. Root onwards beginning. But installation time we can tell about how much space you are installed hard disk, 50 GB, 100 GB, 500 GB, 1 terabyte. You want to tell about. So the entire site coming to the only one line slash. That's all. There are no multiple partitions actually. So from there we have the multiple folders are there. Everything is some the proper commitment actually. So this job done by the Linux server. The Linux server decide like that. So the Unix also follows same thing only. Linux server, author of Linux kernel, is also created the same mechanism actually. The follow. So Linux server tell about if you administration login, your root is a home folder. Okay, your root home folder, you have some default file folders are coming. In case home, the normal user login, these are home directory. Here you can see the pictures folder, music folder, like that. The operating system by default provided some n number of folders actually now. Okay, but I can see also in the home have a number of folders are there only in home have. Okay, pictures. Okay, musics, downloads, documents. Okay, desktop. Okay, no, yeah, the home folders have the other folders are there. The other folders are operation by default provided for you. Once user created, these are folders are available. Initially, there are no content. No. Later point of time, you can copy whatever you want. So the general folder. Every Windows have the same thing one. The same plan. Okay, the number of users, the number of coming. Okay, next one boot. Boot contain our kernel images are there. Okay, so the very important, the boot up time is very helpful actually, because the bias responsibility to load the next image, the job done by the boot. The bin is a regular commands you are typing located here. The user, what are the commands you are using in the system. Bin is a administration, okay, root login, admin login commands are there, has been, okay, and the OPT is a content, the global software installation part, global installation, user local, contain the local software installation part. So global nothing but every user can access, local nothing but particular user only can access. Simple. ETC, here software installation here, but software configuration. The meaning of configuration, we can store some information, configuring the software any moment we can do. Okay. So example, Wi-Fi password we are storing here. Okay. Software configuration and system configuration also, like a system network information and password information maintained here. ETC very important actually. And ETC also contains startup files also. The both bring up time. I think startup scripts also can running also. They are power on time. Okay, scripts that we are discussing now. ETC. And one more thing is there. Available. One more also. Dev is there. Dev are missing actually. Dev. Dev. So the dev contain the device files only now. Device files now. I told in Linux everything is a file. Device files also. Okay, what is device file? Tell me. The device file. Okay, device files are like a the card device files and block device files. Device files. Okay, character device files, block device files. Here. Okay. Yeah. Dev contain the device files only. Linux everything is a file, but device files are separately in the dev folder only now. Dev folder contain the device files only now. Okay, other folders contain the regular files only. All the regular file, picture, music, whatever, PDF files, documentation like that. But dev is only for device files only. I told basically three type of devices. So character and block. Networking is a socket type one. Okay, character device, block device coming to dev folder. So your printer is a character device coming to here on a dev. Mount is a character device coming to here on a dev. Okay, RAM is a block device coming to here on now. Hard disk is a block device coming to here right now. All the devices now, the user perspective, all the type of the devices you can see the dev folder device dev. So these are Linux file system hierarchy now. Okay, so now it's discuss root. Okay, the bin, what a bin just I told also. Bin contain the user commands now. Example, ls command, copy command, move command. We are going to study now the basic commands now. So the normal user point of view. I told boot now. Boot contain what? Kernel images now. So the is very helpful for boot up time on kernel. So sbin, what sbin contain? Bin contain the normal commands only. Sbin contain the administrator commands only. System bin only now. Okay, admin commands are different. Bin commands are different. Okay, home is a user home directory. ETC system configuration, software configuration, OPT global software installation, root is a root home directory, MNT also. MNT is a mount is a temporary file system like a USB pen drive, for example, SD card. So whenever SD card inserted to the Linux now, you temporarily mount some position only, temporarily. Later point of time unmount also. The meaning of mount, so your pen drive is attached to the existing hard disk now, just attachment only now. Once attachment happens, so now we can able to do some file transferring, whatever we can do. So first the attachment is important actually. Is a connecting node, the interface now. Okay, so the mount option. Media is a CD-RAM like that. You also can see the USB disk. You also can see possible. The two ways are there. Mount also, media also. Media mainly, right now nowadays media no one using actually. The media basically is CD-ROM, floppy disk like that actually. Media is the older one actually something. No. And the pros and sys I told very important both are. Pros contain the your processor process information. Sys contain the hardware device information. Okay, the microprocessor power, frequency. Look at it now. And one more thing is there, last plus found. Last plus found, the name very clear, last plus found. For example, we are opening one text file, we are doing some modification. Suddenly power is gone on, We don't have any backup power. What happened? What are the modifications done? Simply is gone actually. So, but the last plus found the purpose like a So whenever some files are suddenly the damaged or terminated, that information it can store into the lost plus found folder. Okay, no, that information temporarily can store it also. Lost plus found. Then very clear. Whatever the data we are losing, you can found here now. So that especially for corrupted files purpose, we are useful now. Okay, and the temp is a temporary files is also very interesting actually. For example, temp is the best example. Like you are open a YouTube now and watching some video. So your job is like a just we are watch the video only. We are not interested to save the video. The save the video different to watch the video different. You are watch the video nothing but just to you are the like a backend what happen your video streaming happen actually. Your video backend store somewhere, okay, internally. The where you can store temporary can store temp folder can store also. The temp contain the behind your video. I think through internet downloading happen, but your job is not downloading actually. Just to watch the video only now. If you want downloading, download also whatever option, but a different thing. So the temp contain the current running the database like what are the we are watching the video or backend any application backend store some data temporarily they can store the TMP folder. But in the temp folder, what are the data is there? The data is available until shut down your system only. Once your system is shut down, that information simply gone. Okay, so only for temporary point of view. Okay, so the value. Okay, that is only if you want save it is a different job actually. User and user local I told you that like a local software installation, local point of view. So and one more thing is there where is there where contain the log information user log content is there available in the where content. Okay, right now power of the device. So once you are importing for only one time only. Once importing the kernel master's OS is coming like that actually now. But go to settings option. We can I think systems option. We can adjust the RAM size or processors. We can adjust depending on your system capability. By default, I provide 2 GB RAM and the 2 processors I providing only. In your system, many number of processors will be there. We can increase the RAM size and process. That is not a mandatory. It's sufficient actually. We can go ahead and do. And some modifications you want to do in the hardware, you can do it now here. Okay. So generally it's not required. So now that definitely running. Okay. So now press the start button. So now your system operating system now the booting happen actually starting now. So new operating system running. That is called guest OS now. It's called guest OS now. Windows is the host OS, is guest OS now. Whenever the starting menu is coming, you can go up arrow, down arrow, but it is not required actually. Just to press Ubuntu is automatically booting only. But what the purpose of the up arrow, down arrow? I'm going to covering the next session actually. Okay, one session I can't teach everything, so we'll see the next session. That is like a simply bootloader only. So now our kernel master's OS is a booting. So our customer OS now the I think once you are booting successfully. So username kernel master, password KM only. KM is the password now. Okay, that's all. So now we are entered to the our customized kernel masters the desktop environment. So now we are open. By default, the browser is open. So I think by default kernel master. These are very good example actually. So whenever login, automatically browser start actually now. How it works? So because this information we are added in the etc folder, etc. What is etc? etc contain the system startup files only. System startup files are contain the etc folder only. etc. Okay, the system beginning files now. etc. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. etc folder contain now. Okay. Now the other information if you want. Okay. Whatever if you can do. So now we have your terminal is the bottom side. You open a terminal. Now here have some commands are coming. Your command. So you can see now the first of all, whenever I open a terminal, people observe clearly. Okay, starting one is a called username actually. Username. My username is KM. Okay, and this is a called a host name actually. So I think multiple users are possible. KM user, Kishore user, Ravi, a number of users you can create. But host name is only one only. Host name, I think unique name is there. If you want to modify the host name, you can modify only possible. But host name should be always only one host name. But the n number of the users are possible only. So whenever your terminal is open, by default syntax actually default. What default syntax? First username, host name, like that actually. Okay, the syntax actually. See, remember everyone the very important actually. Yeah. Okay. Okay, for example, okay, yeah, the syntax will be some different is there. Okay, okay, okay. What a syntax is there? We are write down the name of the document and yeah, the syntax. What a first is it? The one terminal is open. First you can show the username actually. Username you can showing first one. So option one. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay. First one username showing. Next at the rate. Okay. At the rate symbol is there. After at the rate symbol. So host name is there. Host name. Okay. Host name and a colon is there. Okay. Colon. The tilde symbol. Okay. This one. Okay. These are general basic. Okay. Now here run the command actually. Okay. Okay. Very clear. Okay. Run the command. So what I'm telling you that here the Linux actually everything some meaning is there actually Linux. Okay. I think we are observing here a tilde symbol is the tilde symbol. The tilde symbol indicate is a okay tilde symbol indicate is a user home directory. Okay, home directory. And dot symbol indicate is a only for dot. Dot symbol indicate is a present directory. Present okay current directory only. Huh? No. Current directory. Okay. And a dot indicate the or dot indicate the previous directory. Okay. Yeah, every symbol some meaning is there actually in the Linux. No, the tilde symbol something. So please make a note. Okay, no, that they are the symbol actually. Okay. I think the slash. No, we studied today slash. No, slash. Okay, what the forward slash? No, the slash, the forward slash. No, the forward slash indicate what? A root. Root. No, forward indicate. And backward slash also there only forward slash and backward slash now both two type of symbols actually. Backward slash indicated a escape character. I think we are discussing coming escape character actually. Yeah, that we discussing coming session. Okay, no, yeah. So like that Linux, every symbol some meaning is there actually. Be careful. Okay, every symbol some meaning of Linux. So I can see the first username. Okay, I mentioned the angle braces. The angle brace indicate the syntax actually. Syntax now. Okay, now what is syntax? You can observe what is syntax. Tell me first to open. You can see the username. First username. Next at the rate symbol is there. After at the rate symbol, host name. My host name is what? KM hyphen virtual box colon. Okay, now the and beginning position. Now the tilde symbol. What is tilde symbol? Tell me. Tilde symbol is user home directory. Okay, and next dollar symbol. Dollar indicate. You can see dollar indicate is a the user home directory. Sorry, no, the user command prompt. Hash indicate admin command prompt. Okay. Hash indicate admin command prompt. Dollar indicate user command prompt. Okay. So we have the set of the folders are there. Okay. So now the dollar. Dollar indicate normal user. Okay. Normal. I'm the normal user actually. KM is the what type of user? Normal user now. Okay. Indicate this is syntax actually. Okay. KM normal user. The syntax. Now here you can run the command actually. So the first command you can see PWD present working directory. It tell about where is my position in the system. Okay, the regularly we run the command. You can see that tilde symbol indicate home folder. Home. You can see what are my home folder name? KM. Under where now? Home. Home KM now. Okay, home KM now. So next you can see run cd space slash. What is slash? Nothing but starting position now. I'm going to starting position. Open root. See root now. Starting position. You can see now where is my position? Starting position. Starting system beginning position root. Okay. Now ls I think your people know CD now. What is CD? Change directory. So the CD command change one folder to other folder. So with the help of CD command, you can move the one position to other position in the system within the folders actually. So the CD is a change directory where you can go slash is a home folder. So that you can see the home folder the directory section. Here every folder has some meaning is there. No? Bin is what, boot is what. I told no everything. No? So system beginning here only you can see beginning here. Earlier my position what? My home folder. Now the beginning position I am. So I can go now bin folder, bin. Now you can see here the bin folder have some set of commands are there. You can see most of them in green color actually. The green color indicate the executable files. The meaning of executable is a binary file section. The green color, all binary files now. So you can see cat command. We study now all the copy command. We are going to study one by one. ls command. Okay, ps command. We study the command one by one. Now. Touch command. tar. All commands now. Everything now. We are going to study one by one now. Command. Now. So I told already the people remember now. So what I mean bin. Remember bin contain what? The bin contain user commands now. Okay. So the commands are there. Now you can go back now. I want to go back actually. How to back? You know dot. I told dot. Now. What dot? Tell me. I mentioned what that previous folder. Previous folder. Okay, see previous folder now. Dot back now. Back. Previous folder I'm coming back only. So once you come to previous folder back only. So now you can see your set of many folders are available. You can know the n number of folders are here the existing now. Okay, now the main number of folders you can see here 1, 2, 3 or okay. So set you can see now. So so now next to bin you can go cd s bin. What has been system bin administration commands now. See now ls command your admin commands are there. Administration commands are software installation, user removing and removing. So the system controlling related things are there only. Administration, okay. So there are a lot of commands are there. They're different job actually. Administration is different, okay. Thing administration command, okay. Has been. Now can go back now. Dot. What dot? Previous folder. The back previous folder. Now ls now. Now ls command, okay. What ls command? ls command for the list of files and direct in the current folder. No? So the list of files. Like the DOS command or dir command like that, ls you can show the list of files and folders now. People try to find out here the blue color indicate the directory, your white color indicate the files only, files now. Okay, the color no background color subject no. So green color indicate the executable file. Maybe you can make a note also. So the green color, okay, the green color whatever we are seeing a file color the green color that indicate the executable file, that is but a binary file actually, a binary file. All the binary files are green color coming actually. I think red color nothing but the file is not located, the file physical doesn't existing, or maybe is a tar compressing file, tar or zip files, red color, or maybe is also we can call it like a okay, the corrupted file, like some files are missing files also, no, you can choose action. Okay, yeah, red color now. So and blue color, I can show is a like blue color is a indicate is a what a blue color indicate is a directory, blue color only. White color you can see white color here coming, that indicate is a yeah what I mean what yeah white color indicate what so white color indicate is a which one is a regular file, normal regular file. Okay, like that. Here the color section you can see the the white color is regular normal files only. The green color is a binary file, and the blue color is a I think that indicate a okay is a directory now. Okay, white it's in file folders. Okay. So now next you can see also I can go to my home folder, home km. You can see cd my home folder I'm going. So see the symbol till symbol indicate my home folder right now. It tell about current path actually, current my position telling actually current path. Okay, now you can see my current position home km. So ls command you can see the list of all the things it's showing. Ls command. Okay. And one more thing that people try to understand, command syntax also there on command syntax now. Command syntax now. Every command has some syntax is there now. You can see ls command syntax now, ls command. Okay, what is ls command? Ls command, it show the list of files and folders in the current directory. Show the list of files in the folders, whatever. But the ls command, we can some options also there on ls command. Okay, so the ls command syntax like that. Ls, I think generic command syntax generically. I'm telling generic manner. First command name. First command name. Next one is a options one. Options. Okay, the options are is a the angle square braces. Next to argument one. Okay, the argument two. Like that, you have a number of argument. No. Okay, let me have a number of argument. You have. Okay, next to some arguments are the. Okay, yeah, like that. Okay. Argument 2. Okay, these are command syntax actually. What the meaning of this one? We can see the angle braces. The angle braces indicate the uh, uh, that is indicate mandatory argument. Mandatory arguments. So we can see square braces indicate the optional arguments. Okay, clear. Okay. So now what command syntax tell me? First command name. So every command have some options are there. Options. Okay, so you see the square braces now. Optional, no, it's not a mandatory. The scale braces mentioned nothing, but it's not a mandatory. It's not a required. No, if you optional one only now. Okay. So every command has some options are there. Is not a mandatory. I will explain. I'll show you. And the command some arguments also. You can some argument. For example, copy command is there. What is copy command? Copy of files from one location to other location. Copy command two arguments compulsory. Source argument, destination argument. So source file copy to destination folder. Okay. So copy command arguments compulsory now. ls command without argument is working, no problem. But copy not like that only. Some commands are arguments compulsory now. So copy the command behavior, copy the file from one location to another location. Definitely want to tell about source location and destination location now. Okay. So you can see, I'm now only ls command syntax. You can see, the ls command. You can see, the whatever. I'm talking general command syntax. Now see ls command. Now every command syntax, ls command syntax. Ls now. Okay, ls command syntax. I want ls command. Okay. So this one is generically. I told you generic one. Generic command syntax actually. Generic one. Okay. Generic formula. So ls command what command name ls. What command name ls. Ls command some options are there. We are discussing one by one option. Ls command arguments are not a mandatory. Okay, there is a file name only. Arguments are file 1. Okay, I think file 2. Okay, like that. You can go to a number of arguments, but not a mandatory. That way, the brackets. Okay, so example of ls command. So see, the ls command example. Ls space hyphen l. Okay, you can see, the ls command. You can see only ls command also running only. Enter. Okay, working now. Only ls also running. Okay, so because only ls how running only ls because options not a mandatory, file names not a mandatory because only ls successfully run, no problem. You see the output also. Whenever you type ls, it can show everything now. But ls options will be there. Example of option ls example hyphen l option. Whenever ls space hyphen l you mention, so l indicate long format, long. Okay, so l indicate what? What I mean, long format, long. Okay, long format. L indicate. Okay, L indicated long format, long. Long format. So the long format, consider full details coming on. So without hyphen L, people observe now clearly. So so without hyphen L option, it shows only for directories and files only. But with hyphen L option, it can show the detailed information about each and everything now. So clear now. That is long format. Okay. So what detailed information? Desktop. You can see the D indicate directory. Okay, I told Linux everything is a file, directory also file only. D indicate directory. Document blue color no? D indicate directory. So the permissions actually, discussing permissions actually, read permission, write permission, executable permission, we'll discuss in coming next session. And who is the owner? KM. My name is a KM is my username. I'm the owner actually. Okay. And the timestamp, then the date and the file is a created or modified timestamp of the file. More information we'll discussing each and everything. So don't worry, I will tell you one by one each and every parameter we'll discuss now. Okay. So and you can see the L indicates short symbolically, shortcut, L indicate. L indicate shortcut, symbolically increase the L indicate shortcut now. So you can see the shortcut now, difference now, shortcut L indicate now. Okay, I think whenever you type -L, starting character, the starting character tell about the type of the file. So directory is a D showing, regular file is a hyphen showing, hyphen regular file, and the L is a symbolic link showing only, like that. The information is what are the file of the information you are getting here clear. Okay, the information. So now that like that option, it's not an option now, we can give it also. Okay, so you can see now that we already study also, what is statement in Linux, also in Linux. Okay, everything in Linux, everything is a file. We done already. Okay, file. Tell me. Okay, what everything is file? Tell me. No, D is a directory indicate now. Okay, the D is a directory. Okay. Okay, regular files are what indication? Hyphen. A hyphen indicate is a regular file. Okay, yeah, hyphen indicate the regular file. Okay, hyphen indicate. Okay, D indicate is what? What D indicate what? Okay, D indicate what? One directory. Okay, and okay, C indicate what? I mean character device. Okay, device file. Okay, and okay, B indicate which one? Okay, car device file. Okay, okay, yeah, B. Yeah, B indicate which one? Block device file. Okay, S indicate which one? Socket. Okay, S indicate socket. And P indicate which one? File. L indicate which one? L indicate what? L indicate what now? Symbolic link. Shortcut. Yeah, like that. We are getting now. Okay. Now you can see clear. Now see now. So the first character on now. This command first character on the first starting character on observe now. Clear. You can see now the starting. Everyone see the starting character on. You can see now starting now. Starting D indicate the I told the blue color is the red. The directory is on now. Okay, and red color is the tar compression file only. Red color. Okay, and PDF file is the name of regular file only. You can show the hyphen only. Hyphen option. Okay. So and L indicate what? What L indicate what? Symbolic link, shortcut on L indicate shortcut. Okay. Windows _ share is the original here actually shortcut. So the desktop shortcut actually. Actually some shortcut only. Yeah, original here actually. Okay. Some shortcut like that. Okay. So and one more thing, people go to here actually. Anyway, we are right time. So now go to the dev folder /dev now. See now / now. You know what is cd command? Change directory. Where the directory changing? Top root system beginning position dev only now. So people remember the dev. Dev content what? I told you dev. Dev content what? Tell me anyone. Dev content what? Hello.
The device files.
Device file, sir.
Device files.
Device file.
Very good. So you can see ls space -L. Very good. See ls space -L. No, ls space -L is a long format. You can see the starting character. Everyone see the starting character. No, you can see the starting character. The starting character. See, no, C indicate character device. Okay, and see, no, B indicate block device. Okay, D indicate directory. Because I told you that the dev only contain the character and block device only. Other folder nothing only. Devices only for dev folder only. So Linux server decided on. Okay. So the dev contain the only for device files only. That is character device or block device or socket like that. Okay, very clear now. Okay, other folder we can't even see now. Okay, I told starting, the indication. Okay, clear. Okay, indication. So they're very clear. Okay, not done. So these are the job we done. Okay, like that. LS, how many options are there? Okay, a lot of options are available now. I think your people know for example, open a file manager. So what happens? The ls command output like that actually. The ls command output are not like that one. But I want to see like a more detailed information. You can go view in the graphically. We are going to take some option. Okay, so what option we are taking? So yeah, rightly we are going to see the create new or I think by name. I think you want to by modified time. I think you're sorting the files. I think we have more. Okay, like a folder option, more information. Okay, ascending or descending and view. Okay, details. Sort files. A folder view is a detail list view now. You can see the detail list view now. What happens, you see the ls space hyphen l output only. ls space hyphen l in the command line. ls space hyphen l. What ls space hyphen l? It can type of the file, folder or something, and size telling and modification timestamp telling like that one. The same thing we are seeing the command line also. The same thing the command line. The same thing command line. Okay, and for example, the size point of view. Okay, for example, size point of view also can filter now. Okay, view I think size highest file size first one, least file size least one. Okay.